That isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then? Explain.
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking.
Raw peppers and hot sauce. No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. There's some bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. They had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
Get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Across this country, we've seen this new phenomenon lately, chanted at sporting events and on signs. The phrase is, "Let's go Brandon."
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, "Pigs in a blanket," talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic in Style Illusion of Above It All. Well, let me set my stream up first. I didn't do that during, Shit. God damn it. Okay. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Alright, okay. Hello? Is this thing on? Oh, shit. I think it's on. He is not interested. All right, folks. Welcome to another episodic in Style-ation of Above It All. He is not interested at all. Not even remotely interested in me. He hates me. Did I take my medication? Fuck. Folks, I would like to start the show by saying my arm hurts. That's right, folks. My arm fucking hurts. Oh, fuck. So I've got this caffeine and B vitamins flavored liquid water enhancer. I haven't had coffee today. Is Mila here? Get the fuck out of here, Mila. Let me get my B vitamins here. What's in this bullshit? Okay. Water, citric acid, propylene, glycol, potassium citrate, sucralose. Palacium. Natural flavors. We gotta have those natural flavors. Red 40. Blue 1. Taurine? There's taurine in here. Vitamin B12. We got red 40. Max is not interested at all. Max is not even... He's had one hell of a day. So my arm hurts, folks. That's the world I'm living in. My arm frickin' hurts. Sounds like a bunch of garbage. Yeah, I agree. Alright, so I'm gonna do this show as long as I can, but I'm feeling a little lethargic from my booster shot. So I will turn the stream off when I don't feel like streaming anymore. So this will not be an average show. And I'm just gonna be chilling here. I haven't attended the protest because I've been having some pretty intense side effects in just a form of lethargy. I'm lethargic. And look at that dog over there. So let me tell you all my vaccine story, my booster shot. I got boosted. I got boosted, folks. So this happened. I got boosted yesterday. In fact, I think I'm still wearing the bandage. I don't know how to show you my arm without rolling the sleeve up, and I don't want to roll the sleeve up because what if I rip the bandage off? And so and I'm not wearing a shirt under this, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I know you might be able to see the outline. No, you can't see the outline. Okay. So I'm lethargic, and my arm hurts. But let me tell you my vaccine story. So I walk about 50 minutes or so to the Walgreens, and I arrive at my appointment time is 12:30. So again, I finish my show at like 11:15 or so. Yesterday's show was, by the way, like I was getting a lot of pushback on yesterday's show, which I disagree with. So I disagree with the pushback. I know that's shocking. But I did disagree with my pushback that I received in yesterday's show. But anyway, so I stopped the show. I stopped the show a little later than I was intending on because of the pushback. I was getting pushed back. And so I kept the show on for like another 15 minutes that I was planning on. And so I wound up leaving the house so I made it there at around 12:20. My appointment was for 12:30. So I go up to the bullshit, right? I register, I give them all that. Then they tell me that my insurance does not cover the flu shot. It just doesn't, apparently. So I did not get the flu shot. It was either that or spend like $50, and I'm not spending $50 on a flu shot. I'm sorry, I don't have that much money. But so I'm gonna see what I can do and see if I can get a flu shot somewhere else. But I did not get the flu shot at the same time. But anyway, so that was the first annoyance. But then, I fill out the paperwork, all that. It's 12:40. My appointment's for 12:30, but whatever. So it's 1:15 and I finally get brought back. 1:15. So that's almost an hour, 45 minutes, right, later than my appointment time. I was there at my appointment time. I filled out all the paperwork at really, I filled it out at like 12:33, but then I had to wait in line again to like give it back. And then, by the time I sat back down at 12:40. So I'm in there, it's 1:15-ish. I get my shot. And then, I engage in conversation with the wonderful person who administered my dose. And, seems like a great person. It's just, this is the country we live in. So again, I live in North Carolina. And so I asked them about the vaccine card, because the vaccine card has like 4 slots or something. And so I was asking them, like, what happens if we get like a 5th booster? Are we going to get a new vaccine card? I'm chit-chatting. I'm just having, I've already got my shot, so it's like I'm not going to make them angry and then they're going to fuck up my dose, right? So, I'm post-shot. I saw the blood. I was bleeding. I saw the blood. In fact, I just got a flashback. I just saw it again. But anyway, so I saw the blood, and then I bandage up, and so I'm, just talking about the vaccine card. just make a little chit chat. And so then the person who administered my dose told me that they are not getting the booster and that they don't think any of them are necessary. So, and then I left. So, and that was and that was that. So anyway, so I got Taco Bell on the way back because it's on the way back, and I figured I haven't eaten today. That's another mistake. Blood, lol, bad shoot administrator. I don't want to know if blood is a result of being shot poorly. I know I bleed almost all the time. I know I bled during the first 2 as well, but I didn't see the blood the first 2 times. So I'm just a bleeder. I bleed a lot. I don't know. But anyway, so I didn't eat that morning. And I had a lot of caffeine, so I was a little bit sped up, and so I was a little lightheaded from the shot and on the walk home. Because again, I walked about 45-50 minutes to get there, and then it's about a 45-50 minute walk back. So I'm a little lightheaded, and I'm hungry. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't, and I'm walking on like a busy major highway. So like, okay, right? So there's a lot of there's a confluence of factors. And so there's a confluence of factors, and so I'm lightheaded, and I get Taco Bell on the way home. I know. I'm the fast food hater. I know. Please, just bear with me here. Right? I was lightheaded. Taco Bell is the only fast food chain that has vegetarian options. I know, I understand, I know. Mila, just don't press enter. But anyway, and so I get Taco Bell and then I eat that. And so now, this is a known side effect. I had this the first 2 shots as well. This is my 3rd shot. This is a known side effect, the diarrhea side effect. So, about hour and a half after my meal. Again, I had Taco Bell. I would like to remind you. So I had Taco Bell about an hour and a half after my meal. So I had the shot. About an hour later, I had Taco Bell. And then about an hour and a half after that, there comes the diarrhea. So this was a new level of diarrhea compared to the first and the second shot. I was on and off for probably about 30-40 minutes, and it was pretty brutal. And so, again, I'm here. I'm an honest broker. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you how it is. So I had Taco Bell. It was really good. Very tasty. And I had diarrhea for a couple hours. What are you going to do? And, so it was, again, now I had the first 2 shots as well, but it was not as severe. So now normally when I have Taco Bell, if I have Taco Bell, which is not all the time, I do not get diarrhea, but it was like, it was a mixture. It was like, I was going to get diarrhea anyway from the booster, and then the Taco Bell was like, finally, at last, now's our chance, right? So I had some diarrhea, and then I felt my arm hurt. Then that's where it started happening. My arm hurt. It hurt really bad. And so then I took a nap for about 8 hours or so. I'd wake up every once in a while and go. But, I was in and out of it for a while. And now I've woken up once again. I'm here. And my arm still hurts, and I'm feeling a little lethargic. But that's my booster shot story. I got boosted. All right, I think we are good to go for this morning. I don't eat fast food too much. I try not to. Well, I try not to. I don't. The only fast food I ever eat is Taco Bell because it's the only option for a vegetarian. But I have it like maybe once a month or so. Maybe sometimes 2 times a month. It really depends. I don't know. You got a deal on 50? Love a good deal. But anyway, so that's my booster story. My sphincter got boosted. It sounds like that's absolutely for sure. There's just no fast food vegetarian places at all besides Taco Bell, like just in general. I'm pretty sure Taco Bell is the only major fast food chain that has vegetarian options. I know some of them have like the Impossible bullshit, but I mean, like, let's be honest, like, whatever. Chipotle is not fast food, is it? Don't you have to go in and sit? That's not fast food. Anyway, so let's get into some news here. Again, folks, I'm a little lethargic. So, I saw this on Twitter this morning, and it's pretty great. So Kamala Harris there's a lot going on here. Like, if you just look at this, you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck is happening, right? Someone's doing this, right? It looks like, what is this? I don't know. But someone in a chair, you don't know who it is yet, is doing this at the Vice President of the United States while she looks very concerned. Right? Like this first frame here, honestly, I would print this out and put this on my wall because this first frame here is brilliant. So you have the Vice President of the United States looking very concerned. She's like, I'm not so sure what's going on here. And then you've got a mysterious individual going like this. So, and then, like, not to mention, there's, like, the unnecessary, like, obelisk thing. Like, is that a desk? Why is that there? But then you've got, like, the fact that this, like, you do have also a half-circle desk, right? But, like, the vice president's talking to you from behind the desk, so why have the desk in front of you if the screen's behind? There's a lot going on here. And I haven't even gotten to the clip yet. But again, I just need to outline that I saw this clip. And again, it was accompanied by the person in the chair. But I'm trying to have fun here. But so there's a mysterious man in a chair. And they're talking to the vice president of these United States. And it gets pretty entertaining. So let's watch.
And who's the superhero that's going to speak against Joe Manchin? No. I want to know who's the real president of this country. Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin?
I'm sorry, I interrupted. I don't think the vice president can hear you. It's the mama. I'm so sorry, Charlamagne. We have to wrap.
She can hear me.
You hear me? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me, Madam Vice President?
So I'm sorry. We got to wrap.
Oh.
So I'm sorry to interrupt.
They're acting like they can't hear me. Y'all see that?
I can hear you.
Oh, so who's the
I
real?
can hear you.
So who's the real president of this country? Is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden, Madam Vice President?
Come on, Charlamagne. It's Joe Biden.
I can't tell sometimes.
No. It's Joe Biden. And don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a problem?
It's Joe Biden, and I'm vice president, and my name is Kamala Harris. And the reality is, because we are in office, we do the things like the child tax credit.
Yo, this is brutal. Now, again, the things that they're talking about that they're doing are all set to expire, right? So, okay, like, all right, again, this is beautiful. Like, this is, honestly, clip of the year. This is really good stuff. So, first of all, again, if you're trying to inspire confidence in the President of the United States, right, the way you answer that question, it's like, you don't say, come on, it's Joe Biden. And then you don't say, it's Joe Biden. Because anyone, like, if you can inspire confidence in the president, you don't need to name them, right? The people know who Joe Biden is more than they know who Joe Manchin is, right? So again, the idea that you have to drill it home, it's Joe Biden. Come on now, it's Joe Biden. Like, come on. And I'm Kamala Harris, and then that's Joe Biden. Right? To me, that was a little weird. But then again, now, so they're listing things that are not passing and going to expire. So, like, let's keep going.
Which is going to reduce black child poverty by 50%. On track to do that. We do things that are about saying that our Department of Justice is going to do these investigations.
So we do things that are about saying that our Department of Investigations is going to do investigation. What was that? Okay, so we do things.
Percent on track to do that. We do things that are about saying that our Department of...
So we do things that are about saying. So, okay, so they do the things, and what these things are about is saying. Okay, so this is some high level ideas here. So check this out.
Justice is going to do these investigations and require that we end chokeholds and have body cameras.
Okay, so we're going to do some things. Those things say that you're going to investigate about chokeholds and body cameras. Well, okay. That's not really happening, though. Like I would love to see these things, right? But here's the thing. Cops are abusing their power at such a rate. Honestly, I would be glad if the Department of Justice got to them or whatever in like 6 years, better than nothing. But like also like they need to be heavily investing in this. They need to have a lot more people doing these things because they're not doing a great job. Let's be honest, right? They're taking fucking forever on a lot of this shit, and it needs to be accelerated severely. But okay, so you're doing some things.
It is the work of saying we're going to get lead out of pipes and paint because our babies are suffering because of that.
But you're not going to get carbon out of the atmosphere? But also, they've been saying, I remember when Obama went to fucking Flint, Michigan and drank the water and was didn't even get a sip of the water, but it was like I'm gonna wet my lips moment. You remember that? Does anyone remember that? When Obama wet his lips at Flint, Michigan? Right, so they've been talking about this, again, for about a decade. Now, again, I'm not saying Trump's any better. Obviously, Trump is garbage, right? But again, like, this hasn't happened yet. If it does happen, it's gonna take a long time. There's almost no marketing on this happening. And like when you're marketing this and I don't know, this to me just seems like it's not good marketing.
It is the work of saying people who ride public transit deserve the same kind of dignity that anybody else does. So let's improve that system.
But they're not improving public transit, though. And that's the other thing. Like, if they were building bullet trains, right, and heavily investing in buses, right, and all that, and maybe, again, like, just like, I don't know, you can have all this kind of stuff if you want to invest in public travel, but they're not. That's the part, like, that's not happening. And also, train tickets are extremely expensive. If you want to encourage and endorse public travel more, you would maybe try to cheapen the fares that, you have to do, and that can be done with upgrading things, but that's not really in the infrastructure plan. They're going to be upgrading a lot of things, sure, but they're not going to be upgrading them enough that it's like, we're going to do some things about public infrastructure. This is like, I know this is crazy.
It is the work of saying that we have got to bring down prescription drug costs because folks who have diabetes should not be dying because they don't have enough money in their pocket.
So, but that's also on track not to really turn out as well as it could be. Again, you could also just nationalize the healthcare system and make it so the prescription drugs cost nothing, but of course you're not going to do that because that would require actually caring about people's lives, especially in a pandemic where people have to choose between rent and insulin and food. Whatever. We're going to reduce the drug prices. What does that even mean? Why don't you just say, like, yeah, we're going to make the drug prices go from obscenely Jesus fucking Christ expensive to, my God, that's still pretty fucking expensive, but at least it's not going to make me want to kill myself as much, right? So again, they're not, and all of these things are not really happening in the way that they've been billing them for the last 6 months, right? And the child tax credit is going to expire. So, like, I don't even know what they're talking about here. But again, I want to go back to this part here. Like, where like it all started out. Like, the vice president's looking extremely concerned. She's looking like this. Right? She doesn't know what's going on. And then there's the mysterious man in the chair, like, seemingly casting some sort of spell, like a wizard of some kind. Like, I don't know what's going on there. But again, it really did produce a very good moment for television. So I wanted to share that with y'all. It was very, very entertaining. Well, 25 minutes in, folks. I'm feeling it now. All right. Whoa, motherfucker. I'm drinking a seltzer, folks. It's over for me. Max! He is not doing it. Not today. Not today. Maxie! He is not okay with this. He is trying to get some nap time in. All right. Oh, yo, this is epic. I'm just seeing this now for the first time. This is today. Oh, published yesterday. But okay, hold up. Okay, where is this? Is there video of this? What the fuck? Hold the phone, folks. Hold the phone. Is there video of this? Alright, I'm just going to read the article. So, while we're talking about Kamala Harris today, this is just interesting. Kamala Harris, in an interview with the Los Angeles Times, says the administration did not anticipate Omicron variant.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
So anyway, Vice President Kamala Harris said Friday that the administration failed to anticipate the variants that have prolonged and worsened the COVID-19 pandemic, and that she underestimated the role misinformation would play in prolonging the disease that has killed 800,000 Americans. Now again, underestimated is an interesting way of putting it. I'm going to be honest. I think that since the jump, variants were pretty much... There were obvious... Like, the variants kind of already started as the vaccine was being rolled out, right? So it's like the idea that another variant could come about that, like, is faster than the rate of vaccination. Like, to me, that was a pretty obvious thing. Now, I personally... will say that I would have expected the government to act on this, right? I feel like when I got my booster shot yesterday, folks, right? So I want to tie it into this. When I got my first vaccination, I literally cried. I'm not even going to lie, because I thought we were going to get out of this very soon. I thought that things were going to get better. Because I thought the government would roll the vaccine out properly. And they haven't. They just said, here's the vaccine, get it if you want. Right, and then Delta comes along, much more transmissible, way more people get the virus, and the government still... And then, like, around when Delta starts popping up was when the CDC says, take off your masks if you're vaccinated, take them off. Take them... And so once and then, now people don't even wear masks anymore. I just went to when I was in line getting my booster shot yesterday, there were people not wearing masks. And also, the idea that any in-person shopping center is open, we need national lockdowns immediately. We need grocery delivery, pharmaceutical delivery, all this kind of stuff immediately. We need to pay people to stay at home. That's what we need to do. And I expected the government would do that at some point. When Joe Biden came into office, he said he would control the pandemic. I expected that to happen. That was the bare minimum. Like, I know Joe Biden's not that great of a president. Like, let's be honest. The guy's shit is really stinky. Let's be real. But again, I would have expected him at least to control the virus a little bit. But it hasn't happened. And now Kamala Harris is doing an interview published yesterday that says that they didn't even see it coming. Okay, we didn't see Delta coming. I think most scientists did not. If a dumb bitch in her bedroom that doesn't even have a chair and sits on her bed, right, can understand how variants would possibly make the pandemic prolonged. Again, most scientists doing a lot of work. I would love to see if Kamala Harris could give us a detailed list of these scientists. Like, go back and cite all the let's get an audit of where the most scientists would be. Did not, upon whose advice and direction we have relied. Didn't see Delta coming. She said, we didn't see Omicron coming, and that's the nature of what this is. The awful virus has been. But why don't they do anything? Cloud asks a really good question. What do you want Biden specifically to do right now? We need, right now, national lockdown. That's what we need. State of emergency, national lockdown, lockdown every single restaurant, right? Not lockdown every single fucking shopping mall, every single fucking goddamn fast food chain, like only mandatory grocery delivery, pharmaceutical delivery, pay people to stay at home. That's what we need. Now, obviously, that sounds pretty radical, but is it? Like, I mean, we have these structures. We have these structures, right? We have U.S. postal system, right? We have, like, food delivery services. That's really the only thing that's necessary. Does Biden have that power? Asking because I don't know. He could just demand it. He's the president of the United States. He could do literally everything in his power to lock down certain industries, right? I mean, we had a semi-quote-unquote lockdown, apparently, when Trump was in office, right? So, he could do that, right? He could do national mask mandates. Like, I don't know, like, he can do a lot of things. No, he can also talk about them. He can also, like, make it a daily news story. Like, upload, like, a fucking hour-long podcast every single day talking about, like, how we're, like, the Trumpers are fucking stupid. We need to ditch Republicans. They're all fucking garbage. Look at these stupid-ass bitches. And also throw Joe Manchin in there in the Senate that are fucking destroying, like, I don't know, he's the president. I don't know. Like, now, obviously, that's not the kind of person Biden is. But again, he could. Like, we're all basically just playing a game here. Like, this is a game. The government said, bye-bye. They don't care. We're all playing a fucking game. Except we are dying. Like, think about this. We have to go to work in a pandemic. Why? Like, so we have to potentially sacrifice our lives for what? Money? Just to live? And what do you spend the money on? Just to live? Right? So I'm fascinated by this. Like people's, like, there's a giant orphanage problem going on during this pandemic because there's so many orphans, right? Imagine your mother and father dying, and then you go to live with your grandparents, and your grandparents die of coronavirus. This has happened to, I think there's a study done, there was around 100,000 children lost all of their guardians throughout the pandemic and were sent into the foster system or something. So, but for what? We could just pay people to stay at home. And it would only take in like 2 months, 3 months tops, and we would be fucking good. But like, again, we're all just playing this game with our lives. Like, people are, and this is why you're seeing the Great Resignation, right? And everyone's like against work. I'm against work. I've been against work before the pandemic, right? But again, if you can find a way to make money online or at home or like, making like arts and crafts and like selling them online or something, right? That's way better than going into a fucking retail job, going to work at Target, going to work at fucking wherever, So, like, we're all just playing this game, and people are dying, and I think it's just ridiculous that the president, the most powerful motherfucker on the planet, is just kind of sitting on the sidelines, falling asleep during press conferences. It's pretty horrendous. So, there you go. I don't care about the rest of the article. You can read it later. Yeah, so like we're all just on our own. We're all fucked and no one cares. That's the basic gist of what I'm saying. We're all fucked and not in the good dick way. No one's gonna save us. We're all gonna fucking die. No one cares. And we're all just like, imagine going to work. Like, thank God I don't have a job. Thank God I'm just like a podcaster. Like, Jesus, fuck. Like, I am extremely happy that I made this life choice. Because I can't imagine having to go into work every day. Like, y'all motherfuckers that can do that, oh my God. That is like the most incredible thing in the world. Like, can you imagine, like, the amount of fucking willpower it takes to just, like, wake up every day? If you have to go into, like, a retail job. And this is why I want people to, like, try to find ways to, like, start their own business, try to find ways to divorce themselves of that world. Seeing Psaki mock the idea of free home tests. Oh, yeah, it's just so stupid. It's just all like it's a game. Like we're all just killing each other for no reason. Like, does anyone need Wendy's? No. You don't need Wendy's. So why are Wendy's open? Why can't we just pay the Wendy's workers to stay at home? Why are Wendy's open? Like, do you need to like get a new tire for your fucking car? Where are you driving? You're not driving anywhere. We're locking down, motherfucker. And then this is another problem with homeless populations. Like there's just people dying on the streets. Yeah, the homelessness crisis is actually it's a little bit worse off now, right? Did you know that? Because again, there's a giant eviction crisis going on. Is the government doing anything about that? No, right? Why would you? People can't pay for anything. They can't pay for rent because of student loans and all that stuff too. But again, so they're losing their homes, but then also they're dying on the street because how are you going to fucking protect yourself from an airborne fucking pandemic if you don't have a house, if you can't like have shelter and you're just constantly around other people on the street? Again, this is I don't know, man. I think about this a lot, but I think the world's crumbling. And again, the power of the president is all made up. It's all made up. Oh, the president doesn't have the power to go on TV and talk about how stupid Republicans are. He can do that. He chooses not to. And every single day, there's going to be thousands and thousands of people die. Like, let's look at the fucking world-o-meter for this shit. I haven't looked at this page in like fucking 3 months. How many people died yesterday? Let's see. 1,653 people died yesterday. Isn't that crazy? 1,653 people died. They're gone forever. They're not coming back. It's not like Joe Biden can fucking get a bill passed that brings those 1,653 people back that died yesterday. That's yesterday. That's yesterday. How many people died on December 16th? Let me see. It's really hard to get the fucking mouse cursor here. I got December 15th. A lot. A lot of people died. I don't know what to tell you. I'm on this little page here. I'm sorry. And it's I can't, I don't know. It's really hard to move these micro movements here. But anyway, my point is, they're dead. They're gone. The government didn't care about them. They threw them in a dangerous position, and now they're dead. And the government's not doing anything. They're not going to give us any more stimulus checks. Why would they? They don't care. We're all on our own. We're all fucking gonna die. We're all gonna fucking die for no reason. Because a couple of fucking jerk-offs sitting in a fucking Oval Office. What is an Oval? Who the fuck? Why would you make the office an Oval? They're jerking off and fucking I don't know, having parties in the Oval Office. And they don't give a fuck about what's going on. They don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. 1,653 people died yesterday. If you watched my show yesterday, in that amount of time, approximately 1,500 people died. In between yesterday's show and this show. So when I stopped my stream yesterday and when you ended the show and you went somewhere else on the internet or did whatever, and now you're watching the show again this morning, approximately 1,653 people have died. In the U.S. And the president is doing nothing. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a fuck. Kamala Harris doing nothing, right? It's fucking goddamn 25 fucking degrees in December. That's great. Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't this wonderful? Isn't this whole thing just... And we're still going to work. We're still walking around and pretending oh yeah, let's go to the mall. There's parades going on. Whoa! People are they don't care. No one gives a shit. So, I don't know. It's all over. All right, folks, I think that's going to be my show for today. I'm a little lethargic, so I said before that I'm going to just do a little bit of a shorter show. So my arm hurts. This one right here. It still hurts. I'm going to try to do this. Oh. Wait. Oh. Oh. Okay, I can do it. Let me get a full bed. So, there's a lot of motherfuckers out there, that take holiday vacations. They exist. Those people exist. I am not one of those people. I will be streaming every day for the rest of the year. I will be streaming on Christmas. That's right. I will be streaming the day after Christmas. I will be streaming the day before Christmas. I will be streaming on New Year's. And so there you go. So factor that in. Stream every goddamn day of every goddamn week. So, and if you want to support that, I know, right? Think about that. Right? Well, I'm trying not to, work retail. That's my goal. I don't want to work retail. And so if you want to support me on Patreon, if you want to, maybe, on, Cash App or something, it goes up on the phone. And then, my PayPal is in the description. You can do that. Super Chat, But, so, there you go. I will, probably be, consuming, alcoholic beverages during the holidays because that's what I do. So if anyone watched my Thanksgiving stream, that was a good stream. Let me tell you, that was a really good stream. I don't even remember it. That's how good it was. And expect the same thing on Christmas. Nancy Pelosi is the Grinch incarnate, but she's also Speaker of the House. That's true. All right, folks, that's it. That's all I got. So thank you all for watching. That's it.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
Unbelievable.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
I've got to go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person
That isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then? Explain.
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking.